What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. We are back talking about Monday Night Football. We got two games tonight, Chargers versus the Raiders, and first up, Bucks at Texans. So I'm going to break those two games down. Interesting weekend in the NFL, a lot of good games. But on the Monday, get back on this track, get back on schedule here. So talk about these two games. Looking at the Buccaneers versus the Texans, key injuries first. Buccaneers on offense have both their tackles out. Right tackle, left tackle, Tristan Wirfs and Luke Goedeke out. Godeke's questionable, but if both of them sit, Baker might be running for his life on the edges here. So also out is Chris Godwin, the wide receiver, which just limits his options for throwing the ball successfully. So little inaccurate thus far, but they put up 30 points last week versus the Falcons. So Texans missing Braxton Berrios and Christian Kirk. Also guard Ed Ingram is playing, but he's a little bit banged up. So both passing attacks are short-handed, but Tampa's O-line is where the game tilts a little bit. So last year, these teams combined for 76 points in the shootout. The score, Texans won 39-37. So both offenses look a little worse now. Houston only putting them 9 points in week one versus the Rams. Tampa, like I said, got to 30, but with bad efficiency. And now they're missing their best lineman and wide receiver. So Texans have the best unit on the field in their defense, allowing just 14 points a game, facing backup tackles at home. So Bucks defense can create turnovers, but they're giving up 367 yards per game and could get bullied in their time of possession. So the betting angles I have for this one, Texas money line, safest play, and kind of avoids a backdoor cover risk. Texans minus 2.5. If you are okay with laying points, I think that at home, Texans defense should be able to not make a statement against the Bucks, but create turnovers and short fields and things like that. And Texans should be able to put up more points than 9 this week, and they probably made that a point of contention in practice. And maybe the under, but I have hard times getting on board with unders. But if the Texas defense is going to lock down Baker, and Texans might only score 20 points themselves, then under does make sense. So Texas money line, Texans 2.5, depends on your thought process. AFC West here, we have the Chargers and the Raiders. Raiders have Brock Bowers questionable, likely playing. Offensive lineman Jackson Powers Johnson is out. So a little small downgrade on the O-line inside. No major starters out for the Chargers, which is already a win. The Chargers have taken 4 of the last 5 from the Raiders, consistently covering these spreads. New coaches on both sides, but the core identities are pretty much the same. Herbert slings the ball. The Raiders rely on tight end and play action. So Chargers, Justin Herbert are coming off a 286-yard, 3 TD game. Quentin Johnson opening up the deep field threat. Conklin working in the middle. O-line protecting pretty well. The Raiders need Max Crosby to take over. Chargers, they blitz the least, so Geno Smith should have time. If Brock Bowers is 100%, he's the matchup problem for the Chargers. So I still would lean Chargers in this game. So 3.5 doesn't sound terrible, seeing how the Chargers played against KC. KC didn't. They're of course not the same Kansas City, but everybody else in their division has also stepped up. So I don't think KC stepped up enough, and they're not going to be the standard to judge everybody off of this year either. So one more game in the division for the Chargers to prove that they are who they are. Under maybe also. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Geno Smith just yet. So let me actually look at what he did last week. So he did pass for 300 yards, fairly 24 for 34, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So yeah, he's still slinging it. They're just not as efficient getting points on the board as they really should be in that case. So I'm going to still lean. Chargers in this game. I think Geno Smith is going to put up a fight. Chargers should put up a fight, but if he doesn't have his main weapon, then that might be a little harder than he wanted to be. Chargers have some tape on Geno. They know if they give him time that he might be able to cut him up, so maybe that'll be fixed with their defensive plan this week too. So early in the season, kind of still waiting to see how all these teams play each other, but those are my thoughts. So what I'm leaning right now, Chargers minus 3.5, under 46.5. I've kind of been getting burned with over 46s and over 47, so Texans money line, Texans minus 2.5, or Chargers minus 3.5 are going to be my best plays. You know, both games are kind of trending under, so I'll kind of watch them and maybe play some live totals in that case. So those are my thoughts. Lock those in. Let's get this money. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about something. See you then.